Hello, I am Editor Than Mai. I will provide you with the latest information of the day. Colorado deputies disciplined for helping federal immigration agents. 2 Colorado deputies have been disciplined for violating state law by helping federal agents make immigration arrests. And the sheriff says officers from other agencies have done the same. One of the deputies, Alexander Zwink, was sued by Colorado's Attorney General last week after his cooperation with federal immigration agents on a drug task force was revealed following the June arrest of a college student from Brazil with an expired visa. Following an internal investigation, a second Mesa County Sheriff's Office deputy and task force member, Eric Olson, was also found to have shared information. The 2 deputies used a signal chat to relay information to federal agents. According to documents released Wednesday by the Sheriff's Office, Zwink was placed on 3 weeks of unpaid leave, and Olson was given 2 weeks of unpaid leave, Mesa County Sheriff Todd Roll said in a statement. Both were removed from the task force. 2 supervisors also were disciplined. One was suspended without pay for 2 days, and another received a letter of reprimand. A third supervisor received counseling. State laws push back against Trump crackdown. The lawsuit and disciplinary actions come as lawmakers in Colorado and other Democratic-led states have crafted legislation intended to push back against President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown. Since Trump took office, pro-immigrant bills have advanced through legislatures in Illinois, Vermont, California, Connecticut, and other states. The measures include stronger protections for immigrants in housing, employment, and police encounters. Trump has enlisted hundreds of state and local law enforcement agencies to help identify immigrants in the U.S. illegally and detain them for potential deportation. The Republican also relaxed long-time rules restricting immigration enforcement near schools, churches, and hospitals. Zwink was sued under a new state law signed by Governor Jared Polis about 2 weeks before the arrest of the student from Brazil. It bars local government employees, including law enforcement, from sharing identifying information about people with federal immigration officials. Previously, only state agencies were barred from doing that. It's one of a series of laws limiting the state's involvement in immigration enforcement passed over the years that has drawn criticism, and a lawsuit from the federal government. The U.S. Department of Justice has also sued Illinois and New York, as well as several cities in those states and New Jersey, alleging their policies violate the U.S. Constitution or federal immigration laws. Officers say they were following established procedures. Zwink and Olson told officials they thought they were operating according to long-standing procedures. However, the internal investigation found they had both received and read 2 emails prior to the passage of the new law about previous limits on cooperation with immigration officials. The most recent was sent on January 30, 2025, after an official for Homeland Security Investigations, part of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, had asked state and local law enforcement officers at a law enforcement meeting to contact HSI or ICE if they arrested a person for a violent crime who was believed not to be a citizen, the investigation documents said. The email said not to contact HSI or ICE. Zwink said he didn't know about the new law and was not interested in immigration enforcement. When I was out there, I wanted to find drugs, guns, and bad guys, Zwink said at a July 23 disciplinary hearing. And sending that information to HSI, they provided the ability to give me real-time background information on the person I was in contact with, he said. Olson, who said he had been with the sheriff's office 18 years, testified at his disciplinary hearing that it was standard practice to send information up to federal agents during traffic stops. It was routine for ICE to show up on the back end of a traffic stop to do their thing, Olson said. I truly thought what we were doing was condoned by our supervision and lawful. A lawyer at a law firm listed as representing both deputies, Michael Lowe, did not immediately return a telephone call or email seeking comment. Roll said drug task force members from other law enforcement agencies, including the Colorado State Patrol, also shared information with immigration agents on the Signal chat. The State Patrol denied the claim. The sheriff faulted Attorney General Phil Weiser for filing the lawsuit against Zwink before a local internal investigation was complete. He called on the Democrat, who is running for governor, to drop it, As it stands, the lawsuit filed by the Attorney General's office sends a demoralizing message to law enforcement officers across Colorado that the law may be wielded selectively and publicly for maximum political effect rather than applied fairly and consistently, he said. Weiser said last week that he was investigating whether other officers in the chat violated the law. Spokesperson Lawrence Pacheco said Weiser was presented with evidence of a blatant violation of state law and had to act. The Attorney General has a duty to enforce state laws and protect Coloradans, and he'll continue to do so, Pacheco said. Please like and subscribe to wait for the next information. Goodbye and see you again.